Hi Aquarius, welcome to your weekly reading. I am pulling cards for March 1st through 15th, but that's just so you can find it on the channel. If you see the title and you watch the reading and it speaks to you, then it's your message regardless of when you come upon it. If you're new to the channel, welcome. I hope you will subscribe. That would be great. And for those who are returning, I really appreciate it. We are growing this thing fast and furious, and it means so much to me. All your comments have been great. I've learned a lot. And as a result, see, when you comment, sometimes I take you up on your questions. And one of them was, well, if you're talking about twin flames, you know, in connection, and what happens if I'm not in connection? What happens if I'm in separation? Well, even if you're in separation, you're in connection. You're just not in union. So that's the subtle difference. But this week's readings will be all for those twin flames that are in separation, not in communication, or very, very limited communication. First cards I'm going to pull are just for you, Aquarius, from the Enchanted Map. We got some cards coming out in reverse. All of them came out in reverse this time. We have Coming Apart, but it's in reverse. We have Magic Stream in reverse. And we have Deep Freeze in reverse. So I will look at those just so I can see them. I'll turn them around. Card 46 adds to a 10, reduces to a 1. That's like a fresh start. Card 18, 1 and 8 is 9, so sort of completing a lesson. And 26 is 8. It's about balance here. So I feel we're making a nice progression. We've ended something and we're starting over. 46. Coming Apart in reverse. Ready, Aquarius? A situation is unraveling and your best plans are leading you into a tricky maze. Your challenge is to separate out the elements of this puzzle to get a better perspective on what has happened. You may have lingered too long in a place where you didn't belong anymore, seduced by a temporary solution. As you untangle yourself, it's important to maintain a sense of humor. Don't fret. You will learn something valuable that you'll need later when faced with a more dangerous situation. Breathe and know that you are loved. So something's unraveling here. Separate out the elements of this puzzle to get a better perspective. That's your zone of genius anyway, Aquarius. Yeah, separating everything and taking a big picture look. Card 18 in reverse. This is called a Magic Stream. In a reverse position, the Magic Stream card represents swimming against the current. There are times when effort and sheer willpower result in victory and celebration, but this is not one of them. You cannot force inspiration. You can't manufacture creativity lest you borrow too heavily from others' ideas. Neither can you make someone love you or orchestrate a series of events that might place you in a more favorable position. Now is the time to drop the trying and jump into the stream and float. You will never step in the same river twice anyway. Wow, these two cards feel really aligned. And last but not least, Deep Freeze was also in reverse. Nothing you can do right now will amount to anything substantial, no matter how much you try, push, manipulate, or cajole. Life wants you to take a break. You need to do this now, lest you become exhausted and be forced to rest. Right? That is that Tower moment. What you need will be there for you when you emerge in the springtime. For now, winter has its own ideas for you. Wait for signs of spring. So all three of these cards, while sounding a little doom and gloom, are not. I'm feeling that all three of these cards are suggesting that you stop pushing the river. I mean, Aquarius, I love you, but y'all get very single-minded sometimes. That's okay. That's what you're here for. That's what we need you. We need you for that. Right now, it's working against you. So I feel you're being asked to, A, take a break, deep freeze, right? Stay in the energy of winter. Allow yourself to kind of hibernate with yourself, with your own ideas, with your own sense of purpose. It's not a time to push upstream. And the coming apart in reverse is really just about understanding that in this connection right now, it may just be a big jigsaw puzzle and all the pieces are laid out. And if you get a bird's eye view and like unfocus your vision, you may start to see how things can come back together. So this is for those Aquarians who are in separation from their divine counterpart. This is not for those who are in regular communication, even if they're not in union. This is for people who are not in communication, are not in union. Separation. Boom. No talking. No signs of life. That's who I'm speaking to. So right now, I want to look at how the energies you're showing up in. Amazing. Masculine is coming through as the Fool. That is Aquarian energy. So if you're the feminine, you could be dealing with another Aquarian, or you're here as the masculine in Aquarian energy. And the feminine showing up as the Hierophant, that is the energy of the Hierophant, very grounded, Taurus energy, about commitment, about belief systems, your values, your morals, the codes you live by here in the 3D. The energy of the connection, Queen of Pentacles. Yep, it's all about taking care of yourself right now. Both of you. Attention to self-care. Attention to self-nurturance. Getting grounded, making sure your life, your world, your sphere is stable. But it is the energy of the connection. So there is some energy here of, I want to say compassion. I almost feel like this would be the energy. I'm just going to say it because it's just sort of floating around in my head. That for some of you, if this person knocked on your door and you opened the door and it was dinner time, you'd say, come on in, sit down, let me make you a plate. Like it would be as if you just picked up without missing a beat. There's the energy in this connection, is that no matter how far apart you are, you're always home. For some of you, that could be true. For others, maybe not so much. And it's just about you each respectively in your own corners, taking care of your own needs. How the masculine sees this connection, Knight of Wands, wants to go for it. Could be dealing with a Sagittarian energy here. The feminine, yeah, let's work together. Three of Pentacles. In the extended, I want to look at how the divine masculine feels about the feminine, how the feminine feels about the masculine, blocks or challenges to love in this connection, and then action and advice from spirit, as well as outcome and timing if the timing shows up. It hasn't been showing up in the potential outcome lately, but if it was going to show up, it'll show up in that outcome card. Okay. The Fool also reminds me of spring. So I like the deep freeze and then, you know, thawing in the springtime. We're almost at spring. We're in early March right now as I record this. Fool. Divine masculine showing up as the Fool. Wow. Lighten the torch of passion there. I feel this masculine wants to move forward toward you. I really do. I feel, if you're the feminine, I feel this Fool energy is wanting to take a leap of faith with regard to the passion of this connection, moving forward to victory. This is card of victory. Not wanting to slow down. Might get out over their skis. The Fool can, it is about taking a leap of faith, but there's some inherent risk when you're about to jump off a ledge. or a cliff. So I do feel there's some measured risk here, maybe more than that. And the masculine's like, I don't care. I'm willing to absorb that risk. They're seeing this as the ultimate passion. Big passion. For who? For the Empress, for the Divine Feminine. All right, so that makes me feel better that they're, you know, I was a little concerned. Maybe they're starting a brand new thing with someone else. No, it is with regard to the feminine. Empress is Libra and Taurus. Woo! Divine Feminine shows up here in the energy of the Hierophant, commitment, belief systems, values, morals, grounded energy. Now, Page of Swords. Wow. Page and Knight of Swords, Queen of Wands. One more. I feel that feminine is observing from a fair distance. It makes me feel like that coming apart, you know, taking that bird's eye view. It feels like the feminine is standing back from a safe vantage point and observing the masculine, but there's this energy of the Queen of Wands. So I almost feel like this feminine is waiting for a message to step into the, you know, get into that magnetic energy and go for what she wants. I'm saying she because I'm looking at a queen here. But the Queen of Wands is very magnetic, goes for what she wants, passionate, creative, forward motion energy. Suffers no fools. And I kind of feel like this very grounded, committed energy of the feminine is just you know, right outside of the view of the audience, you know, just behind the curtain there, watching for their opportunity to step into their power and go after what they want. And they're weighing, they're like, not weighing, but like juggling realities on the ground. So I feel this is a very grounded person. If you are the feminine here, Aquarius, you're very grounded. You may have a lot of earth in your chart, but you also have passion and fire to implement, to take the necessary action. But you're very cautious here. Wait, you know, how's this all going to work in 3D? So I do feel you're very much pulled back if you're the feminine. Energy of the connection, Queen of Pentacles. There's real love here. This Queen of Pentacles is loving, nurturing energy with an attention towards self-care, but also, I mean, there's just good energy in this connection with regard to the Two of Cups. To me, is the twins. And, you know, as I'm doing this reading, transformation. Big transformation taking place. One more on that. There's your commitment. Wow. There's amazing potential for this connection to transform from some measure of risk to stability, to abundance. And I do feel that the commitment is coming from, is being anchored by the feminine, but she's watching and waiting for her moment. I'm ready for my close-up, Mr. DeVille. I just dated myself. And just sort of balancing, weighing options, but in real time. Like, when's my opportunity? And the connection is in a phase of transformation that is supported and nurtured by Queen of Pentacles energy, and on the flip side, will step through that gate to Ten of Pentacles realm. Beautiful. How does the Divine Masculine see this connection? Right now, Knight of Wands. It's all about the passion. Oh, wow. Well, they know who they are. Knight of Wands, that is moving toward passion, and then we pull back into healing mode. So I have a feeling that this masculine has cycled through before, impulsively, not ready, not quite ready for this level of commitment. And so they've come in fast and furious and then flamed out, and now they're healing. They're trying to reflect on that, pull back, really reevaluate, reassess, realign. This feels very much in alignment with the Mercury retrograde and realigning to their role as the masculine, Emperor, Aries energy. But the Emperor to me represents divine masculine, and now we have divine masculine and divine feminine in this reading on the side of the masculine. So I really feel this masculine is getting it, is coming to a recognition. Still feeling the passion, but pulling back just enough to realign to the nature of their role in this connection. So while you're not in communication, and I know you're not in communication, I can see that pretty clearly, I feel this masculine is making progress. Really wants to jump back into old patterns, but isn't. And that's the transformation that's happening now. How this feminine sees the connection, a potential work of art, right? Look, that's a hunk of marble becoming a masterpiece. Wanting to move toward love, heart on the sleeve. Outside interference, here's some conflict right here. Well, it's interesting. Okay, here's what it is. Underneath the deck, the feminine is a little focused on, maybe even on at a subconscious level, on mistakes or regrets of the past. You know, this is either the feminine walked away and is now, regretting that, or the masculine walked away and the feminine is kind of stuck on that loss, that grief, that sadness. But right behind this figure is the Two of Cups. Here they are. So all hope is not lost here, and I'm not seeing any sign that anybody thought it was. But I will say that the feminine knows that this has to be a team effort. That the feminine can't do all the work by themselves. Wanting to move toward love, right? This is taking action with regard to love. Open heart, compassionate, actually heart on your sleeve. Like here, let me just spill it. But there's some conflict here. There's some block. And I don't know if it's the feminine who's feeling feeling blocked and conflicted, because after that comes the Page of Cups, a message of love or apology. So now we have the Knight and the Page in the emotional field. And in between that, what's coming in between a message of love or apology and moving toward love is some conflict. And then underneath the deck is the energy of the Five of Cups. Too much focus on the past, mistakes of the past, loss of the past, past regrets. Okay, Aquarius. Taking it to the extended right now. If this feels like it's speaking your storyline, the link to the extended is below. I will see you there. We will look more closely at how the divine counterparts feel about each other and how we can move past this block. What is it? And, or the challenge here to the love of this connection. And then an action step or advice from spirit and the outcome as I described earlier. Otherwise, have a wonderful rest of your week, and I'll see you on a future reading. Take care. Bye, Aquarius.